Hi, welcome back to this video. If you remember, in our previous video, we were talking about two pillars of right to fair hearing, where we talked about nemo judex in causa sua and audi utrem partem, which means you cannot be a judge in your own case and hear the other side. So today we'll build on right to fair hearing under section 36 of the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. Now there are certain principles that we need to understand. Fair hearing is granted by the Constitution so that whenever a citizen is accused of committing any offense or any wrong, now when he is being tried, either by a court, a tribunal, or any administrative body exercising quasi-judicial power. Now, these principles are meant to protect the defendant in this case. So it is always during trial, not during arrest or detention. So the previous section, that is section 35, that deals about arrest and detention, is before trial. Now, fair hearing starts during trial. Now, there are certain principles that court, tribunal, or panel, certain characteristics that it must possess. One, a court or tribunal or administrative panel must be independent, must be impartial, and its decision must not be final. It must not be final in the sense that if you are not satisfied with its decision, there is a provision for appealing to the next court, to the upper court, to the appellate court, or to the upper body. Now that means there is a provision for revisiting, that decision, by another body above it. Now, this is it. Remember, it must be independent, impartial, and its decision must not be final. All right? Okay. If we get this right, another thing we should know is that the trial of an accused person, it can be an accused person or any wrong administratively or judicially, then that trial must be in public, because the notion is that justice must not only be done, but must seem to be done. That is, public must witness the proceedings from A to Z, and they must be able to assess whether justice is done to the defendant or to the person being tried or not. Now, it doesn't mean the trial must be in the marketplace, on the street or something. No, but in the place of the trial, it must be free for anyone to go and watch the proceedings. So a judge, the defendant, the prosecution cannot enter somewhere and lock themselves and continue trying. That means this one is not in public. But even if they are trying in an open place where anyone can have access, so even if no one witnessed it, the law presumes that it was done in public, because public could have access to watch the proceedings. Now, these are some of the principles that we need to understand. And another thing we need to understand under this fair hearing is that there are situations whereby trial in public may not be possible. Maybe when the person being tried has not attained the age of puberty. If he is below the age of 18, so for his protection, normally his trial should be, behind the doors, not to expose to public. And also the public can be prevented from witnessing a proceeding for public safety, public order, or public morality. For instance, when someone is being tried and there is a possibility that if he is being tried, some people may come and create a kind of chaos and imbalance in the situation. Now let's, for instance, let's take the militants in Nigeria, the militants, the Boko Haram, for instance. Let's say a Boko Haram member is being tried in a court of law, so the court may fear that other members may come and they use dangerous weapon to take that person away. So that trial may not be in public. Public may be prevented from having access for the protection, of public, uh, for public safety, and likewise for public health. Maybe when someone is being tried and he is suffering from a certain disease like COVID-19, like Ebola, so having a lot of people there may also have effect. So any reasonable reason that will enable the court or tribunal to prevent the public from witnessing the proceedings, then the law allows such. So we are going to stop for now, and we are still not done with right to fair hearing. In our next video, we will build on. We thank you very much for watching our video, and we hope you are learning something. And in case you have a comment, or there is something that we need to talk about that we could not talk about, or you want to add, you want to subtract, you want to advise, please leave a comment.